What's up, YouTube? This is your girl Freckles, my first video. Today we'll be talking about when did you notice you was different. But before we get further into this video, I want you, and you smack that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget about that notification bell. Let's get it.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it.
What's up, YouTube? So today we'll be talking about when did you notice you was different. Meaning, when did you notice that you like the same sex? Females and females, males and males. For me, I noticed it when I was at least 7 to 8 years old. It was around the time, my parents and my siblings, we would sit around before bedtime and watch a movie. But it's this one particular movie that came on. It was The Bodyguard. And it was a scene to where her bodyguard was in his room watching her videos. And the video that he was tripping off of, the same video I was tripping off of, is when she was singing, "And I'll run to you, ooh," and she had on some white sheer, whatever it was, and you were just able to see some stuff, and that's when I started having these feelings, like these tingling sensations, and at the time I didn't know what it was. So I'm looking around like at my sisters and them, looking back at my dad and my mom, and I'm like, okay, it's just me. I'm tripping. What's going on with me? And at the same time, I didn't know. I was at least 7 to 8 years old. And during that time, nobody was ever talking about, LGBTQ. You know what I'm saying? It was just not heard of when I was being raised with my parents. It was never brought out. Nobody ever spoke about it. So I just thought, okay, whatever, I brushed it off, because I'm like, okay, maybe it's just me. Maybe, I'm tripping. At 7 to 8, okay, we're going to brush that off. Then at least I'm around 10 years old, and these feelings came back, and I'm like, okay, these same feelings I had before is back again, and me being so young, I didn't know, it was just more or less like, okay, I can't really explain to anybody what I'm feeling, and at the time I didn't know nothing about females liking females and males liking males because it was never heard of. So I'm in church and I'm crushing on this woman hard in church, and I thought it was the biggest sin ever for me to have these feelings, not knowing what the feelings were, and to be having a crush on somebody in church, a married woman with a whole family to where when I knew she was coming into church, it was like ding, like I was like grinning from ear to ear, like I couldn't stop smiling. Like it was just like my heart was just beating real fast. I always wanted to be around her, and at the same time, like why am I feeling like this? And I couldn't talk to anybody because I'm like, I don't know what I'm feeling. I don't know why I'm feeling like this. I don't know why I'm crushing so hard on a female. Like maybe, something is wrong with me, so I brushed it off again. So as I gotten older, the funny thing is that I just thought it was me the whole time. And then to come to find out, I'm in a choir, doing praise dance, all this madness in church. And the same girls that's in choir, praise dancing, all this extra stuff that I was doing, they were doing, they was crushing on girls. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, okay, it's not me. And the only way I found out, because we all hung out. You know what I'm saying? It was on a low. We all hung out and we got to really know each other. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, so it's not me. You know, so, okay, they like the same sex too. But at the same time, they had a cover up. You know what I'm saying? They had boyfriends. In that day and age, that's all what it was. It was like male or female, and that's it. You had to have a boyfriend. You had to have a boyfriend. There was no ands, if, buts about it. It's either you were single, or you had a boyfriend, or a husband. So it was like you had to live this life, this double life, double standard life, because society said this is what it is. You must be with a man. You must marry a man. You must marry a woman. It cannot be the same sex. This is what society has put out there for us. So for me, I've been living this life for so long, and me beating myself up on the inside, not even knowing, like, you know, couldn't even talk to anybody for real. I couldn't go to my parents and say, you know, this is what is going on with me. I really don't understand it. You know, can you explain it to me? Hell no, I couldn't do that. You know, my family was deep into church, like deep. Sunday you going to church. Monday you going to Bible study. Wednesday you going to service. Friday you going to Bible study. Saturday you going to rehearsal. And maybe to a whole nother church. And then back on Sunday to church all over again. So that's how deep it was. You know, so being raised within a household and then being raised in church to where they make things seem so sinful. You know, and they just bash people so bad to us you don't even want to talk about who you really are as a person. About you living a double life. You know what I'm saying? So that was the hardest thing for me, was for me to even acknowledge and understand, like, for me being for who I am, it's okay. It's okay. I need to be comfortable with me, but like I said before, nobody ever spoke about it. You know, so everything was on the hush-hush. Everything was swept under the rug, you know. Nobody ever wanted to talk about gays and lesbians. You know, back then, they used to call the guys faggots. You know, they used to be like, faggots. I didn't know what the hell it was. You know, what's a faggot? Of course, I couldn't say it because I was too young. I would have got popped in my mouth. But nobody ever explained what that meant. Everybody was living their life like it was no other. You know, it was either you got a boyfriend, you got a husband, all right, cool. We good. We Gucci with all that. But they didn't want to hear nothing else. Nothing else was ever wanted to be heard if it wasn't something that they wanted to hear. If it's not about church, if it's not about you getting married to a man, or if it's not about, you know, whatever that suits them, they don't want to hear it. You know, so for me, it took a long time for me to understand it as far as who I am today. So I want to know from you guys, how did you guys come out, or how did you guys handle it when you guys noticed that you like the same sex? Female, male and male. I would definitely love to know what your situation was. What's your opinion? How did you handle it? You know, or did you ever have to go that route, or you still fighting it? You know, or you still trying to figure out how you can go about coming out? You know, back then it was just so hard. So I would like for you guys to leave a comment down below and let me know, you know, what do you think about this video? You know, also, how did you handle the situation if you ever had to, you know, pretty much live a double life? because you weren't able to talk to anybody about your sexual preference. And if you want me to do another part, or if you have any other ideas or any other topics that you want me to touch on, I would definitely do so. Just leave a comment down below. I appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, share, all that. Until then, peace.